This is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time! Introducing the reigning, defending, undisputed best poker vlog in the world, Jarhead Poker!
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jarhead Poker Vlog. My name's Tyler. I've been playing poker full-time for a little over a year now, and got asked to start this vlog as a fun little side quest for me. So here we are. I'm originally from Portland, Oregon. I joined the Marine Corps out of high school and played baseball in college at Tarleton State in Texas, and then Colorado Mesa in Grand Junction, Colorado. But moved to Texas to be closer to my wife's family. So I play mostly cash games, 1-2, 2-5, and sometimes 5-10, and tournaments as well. But this is just going to be kind of a little insight into my thoughts, into me punting away money, especially in this first vlog, as you guys will see. But let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Peace. All right, I'm back home in Oregon for a few days for a buddy's wedding from high school. So I decided to hit up Portland Meadows, right by the Portland airport, to potentially make some money to pay for the hotel. So let's get into it. The first hand, there's a bunch of limpers, and I look down at Jack 10 offsuit and squeeze to 35 from the small blind. Get this donkey in the middle calls, and this guy over here with long hair calls. Flop is ace 10 deuce with 2 spades. So I start with a check, got a 10, gonna see what they want to do, and it checks around. Turn is the 9 of hearts, so now there's 2 flush draws. I decided to bet for 60 just to protect from some flush draws and straight draws, and I also figured when I checked the flop, one of them would probably take a stab with an ace, so figured I probably had the best hand. Get 1 color over there, and the turn or the river is the 5 of spades, so brings in front door spades. I have a spade, so I'm blocking it. I checked it over, and he bets 135, which seems kind of polarized. I don't know, probably a bad call, but he turns over ace 7 of hearts, so just didn't value with a single paired ace. So tough start. All right, this next hand, we're in a 5-card single board Bomp Pot, and they play a bunch of weird Bomp Pots in Oregon. This one was called something lock, I don't really know, but basically the button is the only one that gives the option to raise. But we go to the flop for $25 each, and the flop is king 9-7. So flopped middle set, and this guy leads out for $100, folds around to me, and these Bomp Pots, another thing I forgot to say too, is they're kind of weird. They're all no limit, even though it's supposed to be PLO, which is kind of action killing, kind of dumb. But anyways, I raise it up to 300 with middle set, which maybe I shouldn't be doing that with 5 cards. I don't know. We don't play with 5 cards in Texas. We play 4 cards and normally 2 boards, so I don't know. But I raised to 300, and he stuffs it in my face for a little over 1,000. So that sucks. I don't really know what to do, but I have a set. So I know I'm getting scooped by kings, but I guess I have backdoor flush and backdoor straight draw too, I guess. So I call. We can only run it once, and the turn is an 8, so now I have 2 sets, but that's no help at all, and the river is a 10, so no help. Get scooped by kings and lose this over $2,000 pot. Hate to see it. Alright, last Bomp Pot didn't go great, but surely we can't lose 2 in a row. So going to this next one, flop is Jack, Jack, King. So I flop trips and an open-ended straight draw. Checks all the way around. So feeling pretty good about it, but I overplayed my last hand with the set, so I don't want to make the same mistake again. turn is the ace of clubs, so turn Broadway straight and trips to go along with it. And I have 5 cards, so I can hit any of my danglers to make a boat. So I bet 75 and get 1 caller, and the river is the 8 of spades. So brings in the front door flush draw, and this guy says probably a nitty check back and doesn't bet the flush. So I guess that's good for me. I probably would have folded anyways, but just so unlucky. These dealers in Oregon hate me for some reason. So maybe we can win the next one. All right, 3 L's so far to start this vlog. So maybe a pocket pair can get us on the right track. So got pocket 9s. Early position opens it to 25. I 3-bet here up to 90. And the button cold 4-bets to 230. So don't really love this. We're not really that deep, so not the right price to set mine, but I'm ahead of ace-king, ace-queen suited. I don't know if this guy's aggressive or not, but he seemed like he was drinking a little bit, like he maybe could be getting out of line, so I'm going to call, see what happens. So go into a pot with $500 in it, and the flop is 3-8-6 rainbow. So pretty much the best thing I could ask for. I check, and he bets 210. So I just decide to go with it here. I jam all in.
Overpair?
He snaps me off. I ask him if he has an overpair. He says yes. Turn, no help. River, no help. He has aces, and I lose. So I had some more money in my pocket I could have kept playing, but after just losing pretty much every hand, I was tilted and just wanted to leave. So looks like this hotel for the wedding got a lot more expensive. Alright, so you guys could see I went to 2 Timbers games, and they got shut out both games and cost me $500 in sports bets. And I had an eagle putt and ended up 3-putting for par on the 9th hole of that one that I filmed. So pretty tilted from Oregon. Trash ass Timbers cost me $500. Lost $1,900 in one poker session. So back to Texas, and let's try to hopefully recover some of the losses. So first hand here, got king queen suited and open it up under the gun over a $10 straddle, and get 3-bet to 125. Other guy in the blind cold calls the 3-bet, and back to me. I kind of debated between just calling and just ripping it, but I don't have anything left, so I'm just going to get it in. We get it all in 3 ways. And I figure I'm probably behind, but
I need hearts.
I can always hit a flush. This was before the stream, so we didn't have to turn them over on the stream. We have to turn them over. But
I don't care.
help me out, dealer.
Alright. Royal flush for me.
And I flop a flush draw and get no help. So I was crushed in third place like I thought, and getting scooped first hand. I swear I will win a hand in this vlog. All right, we're 0 for 5 so far, but we got another nice looking suited hand, 7-6 of spades. So I open this one up to 15 from early position and folds around, except the small blind and the big blind both call. So going 3 ways to this flop, 45 bucks in the middle, and we get the King 3-7 flop. So flop middle pair in position with a backdoor flush draw. Not the best, not the worst, but I have the range advantage, so I'm pretty much just going to be betting 100% of king high boards, regardless of what I have. Simplified anyways. So I bet 20 and they both call. So going to a turn, which is the 7 of hearts, and they're leading into me. So finally some run good, at least I think anyways, and don't really blame him anyways. They should have more 7s than me in this situation with an early position raise, but I decided to just slow play this one. There is backdoor hearts on board, but if he's bluffing, I just want to let him bluff, and could also be crushed by like ace-7 or something. So I just call, and the river is the nuts. The 6 of diamonds, so I make 7s full now. And now I'm hoping that one of them has ace-7 or a king that's not going to fold. But they both slow down and check to me. Now, I don't think they would check with a 7, so I'm kind of just targeting a king that I don't think is going to fold. So I bet 150, and bad news. They both fold. But at least we won a hand, so we're on the scoreboard. Take down this this pot of a couple $100. All right, that was the last hand I played pre-stream. So now we're going to this 1-2 stream. It's a $300 cap and then match the stack. So sometimes a bunch of us just go like all in blind and the game gets big right away. This one, it didn't happen like that. So we're pretty shallow, at least for what I'm used to start out. Got about $300 and look down at King 9 of clubs in hand number 4. Under the gun raise to 10, and like I was saying earlier, the raise sizes are bigger, so I just think this is weak sauce. So gets a bunch of callers, and I'm going to squeeze and just try to take down all this dead money. But big blind wakes up with a real hand and stuffs it in my face. But I already put a third of my stack almost in the middle, so feel like I can't really fold. I thought at least one of my cards would be live, if not both.
He's going to be up against an overcard in the clubs.
Yeah, he won't be in too bad a shape, but obviously he's a 2-to-1 dog.
Let's see if Jarhead wanna gamble here. Yep, he said let's match the stack. Let's build these stacks up.
So I decide to put it in there, and we get the bad news that we're up against 10s, but still have 31% equity. And we decide to run this one once, and dealer gives me no help. So gonna start the stream down $300, but the good news is it's match the stack, so not too hard to get it back.
And the pocket 10s will hold up here.
Yeah, Jarhead fails to get there, and a mean wins a big one off of him.
I had 200.
But like Jarhead said, let's match the stack here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my horse plans ahead for these type of scenarios.
Yeah, so sure, he's definitely going to be in the fight. There's no worries there with Simplify. You know what I'm saying? You never know, man.
All right, we're 1 for 6 so far in this vlog, but nothing aces can't fix. So JR, boss man on stream, is the owner of JTsc. He opened it up to 30 over a couple of limps, and I bump it up to 100 with aces. So
wakes up to the Rockets.
Rooting for some calls here, trying to get some money back, get unstuck, and JR does not let me down. Puts in the call. We're going to a flop with...
Yeah, he raised the 30.
$200 in the middle.
Jarhead 3-bet him to 100.
My horse with the best hand in.
And get the
Jack, ace,
best possible flop we could
deuce,
ask
top
for.
set,
Ace,
here's
Jack,
Jarhead.
deuce, flop, top set. That's a pretty good feeling that I haven't felt in a while. And even better,
Sure, Jarhead
he's
will
betting
just-
into me.
It's a nice
So
blocker bet.
don't really see any reason to raise here. If he has a good hand like a set of deuces or jacks, then we're going to get it all anyways. And if he's bluffing with nothing like he is, then just going to let him keep doing that. Turn 4 brings in backdoor hearts. Not really too worried about it because I have the ace of hearts. So if he had a weird hand like ace deuce of hearts, then maybe I would be concerned. But like I said, I have the ace of hearts, so not concerned about it. He bets into me again for 120 on a board that pretty much just completely favors me. So again, don't really see any reason to raise. So just going to call this $120 bet, go into a river with $538 in the middle, and pretty much just rooting for a non-Broadway card, because if he had some weird bluff with like King Queen, I don't really want to see a 10, but SPR is pretty small anyways, so I'm just going to get all the money in, no matter what the river is at this point. River's 7 of clubs, and he goes with the same bet of 120, which now I just kind of know that that's weak sauce. If he had a good hand with 350 left behind, with 550 in the middle, he's just going to jam it. So if we were deeper stacked, I might just do something like min click this, just knowing that he is most likely super weak. But there's basically nothing left behind, so I pretty much just snap jam. He postures for a while just to save face. He's got 9 high, so putting them up, JR, and there it goes. So take down this this nice little pot with aces, flop top set. We're on the board again.
Like, I was out there bullshit, man. I ain't really had that, but you know, it's all good.
He sounded confident, though.
Yeah.
120.
Yeah, very.
120.
I like it.
You make a sick ass fold on me. All right, got some momentum now after this aces hand. So this next hand, there is an early position raise and a 3-bet in front of me.
Beat Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, Ohio State and Oregon play this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, so man, a lot of shit is gonna be shaping up. You know what I'm saying? Here over the next few weeks, man. But Boss Man said he's gonna make it 99 with pocket nines.
I look down at Queen Jack of clubs.
Your horse with your
Probably
hand.
should just be folding this when there's an early position raise and then a 3-bet in front of me.
But
But it was suited. So decide to cold call this 3-bet. Not a strategy I would recommend, especially with these stacks not being that deep. But it was suited. So put in the call for $99, which I just realized that Bossman did that because he has pocket nines, which is kind of funny. And get the bad news, Mr. Johnny stuffs it in my face for all of his chips.
Amin has a pocket pair of Cadillac. Ugh.
It's going to cost him that green stack.
And now it folds back around.
Oh, let's see what your horse. Do you think Amin will make this call?
And I probably should just fold here, but
Folded yet.
you can't win any money by folding. And it was suited.
If they fold,
So I put in the call. We get the bad news that we were way behind, but at least I got 2 life cards, and we decide to run this one out twice, so hopefully I can get at least half.
never lose.
2 of your hands right here.
And bad news on the first flop. I am basically dead. I have 3% equity, so maybe I can win the second one. But the turn gives me life with the Jack of Hearts, and the river is the Queen of Diamonds, so I go runner 2 pair after having 3% on the first flop to be free rolling. So now maybe some clubs. And the second flop, I flop 2 pair. So feels good to run this good. Just got to dodge a 10, and we're going to scoop this 1.4K pot. And Dealer Keith gives him a king on the river just as a needle. I scooped this 1.4K pot after getting it in way behind, so the tides are turning.
Jack 4. Hey, look, all red, almost
And the pocket
all
nines
black.
and the pocket sevens would have lost too.
Yep.
That's
Incredible. Nice hand from my horse. Way to take it
Oh, I
down.
almost called that.
We was just talking
Oh
about
my
them scooping.
Jesus. What a hand there for Jarhead. Nice hand. Nice hand.
I have no idea.
All right, this next hand, Boss man opens it up to 25, and I look down at 3-4 suited in position. Decide to 3-bet this one up with suited cards in position to 75. And Amin cold calls my 3-bet. I don't know what type of dummy would cold call a 3-bet in position with suited cards, but anyways, that's what he does. And JR is going to make the call, so we go 3 ways to this flop with 228 bucks in the middle, and flop pretty good. Ace deuce 6 with 2 hearts, so flop a gutter and a flush draw.
Jarhead has a good shot to go.
At least I think it was good. So bossman checks. I go for a bet of 150, and Amin just snap jams it for 530. I snap him off, expecting to at least be live with my hearts. But we get the bad news. He's got nut hearts. Now I need a 5, a 3, or a 4. That's not a heart.
That's bad for me. Very bad for me. This is such a good flop for me, and I just run into bigger hearts. Unbelievable. You don't have. Oh yeah, that's true.
So we're gonna see a river Cadillac. I don't know if they're gonna rip it twice or what, but we're gonna see a river here. They both have a flush draw. Jarhead has a good shot straight draw too.
I need a 5, a 3, or a 4.
Yeah, he definitely needs a 5. If you heard what he said, he needs a 5, a 4, a 3. He knows his outs. He definitely knows his
You
outs.
just have bigger hearts. So unfair.
Let's see if he can catch one of them. That's right, yeah.
4 or 5.
Yeah, discounted the fact that Amin actually has the best hand here.
We decide to run it once, get no help from the dealer, and king high ends up taking this one down. Hate to see it for me.
Pretty much a nut nothing here. King queen being nut nothing, but nice hand for Amin. Puts all his chips in there, and Jarhead with a similar draw. In fact, well, he made a straight as well.
All right, hearts didn't work out last time, so let's see if they can work out this time. This time there's a couple weak sauce limps in front of me, and I look down at ace 5 of hearts on the button.
Right, and then there's another one in the Gulf right now.
So we're going to punish these weak sauce limpers, bump it up to 25.
Yeah, man, they got a lot going on down that way, man. So prayers up for everybody in the area. So see Jarhead right there burning. That's what I done heard the pocket 3s call. You done heard them call.
And get 3 colors, so going 4 ways to a flop
People call them crabs. I heard a couple people, few people.
of 10-9 deuce rainbow. Complete whiff, but I'm the pre-flop aggressor. That means I feel like I have a right to this pot. Flop checks around. Turn is another 9, complete rainbow board. And now Carlos decides to bet 25 quarter pot into 4 people, which in theory is actually probably pretty good. But in practice, I just know if he had a 10 or a 9, he would bet more than this. So I think this is weak sauce, maybe a deuce, maybe small pocket pair below a 9. But even those like pocket 8s, pocket 7s, I think would bet bigger. So I'm going to peel one here in position and see if I can steal it on the river. Also get Miami, who calls with, looks like the ass end of a gut shot and a pair draw. So I'm not sure what he was thinking, but the river is the jack of clubs. And now it checks to me, and I know my ace high is no good, but I also know that they probably don't have a strong hand. So I put in this juicy overbet of 250 bucks and it gets the job done. And we win.
Like we do, horse.
He said, was that a pair?
I knew it. I had a pair of 2s. I'm like, come on, everything out there beat me.
Except that.
Huh? Except for that. Yeah, maybe in my head, I was like, this fucker was just overbetting the fucking. He's overbetting the pot.
Yeah, that was the only way my horse was gonna win.
Huh? Pair of 2s. Yeah. Everything else was gonna lose.
Must have bet that thing.
Yep. I said he looked like he had that look in his eye. He had that look in his eye like he wanted to do a little something strange, kind of like for that little bit of change right there.
That's what you have to do, like, as are all the armed service branches.
Exactly what Cadillac said, all of them.
All right, next hand, there's a bunch of whimpers in front of me on the button again, and I look down at 7-6 offsuit, which sometimes I would maybe squeeze this, but I was playing super aggressive this stream because the table was just kind of nitty, so I was kind of just in bully mode. So with that image, I knew I probably wasn't going to get much credit for a big squeeze on the button. So I just decided to overlimp, go to a flop, and play a hand in position. Get a pretty good flop of 3-9-5, so double gutted to a 4 or an 8. And Dino decides to lead out for 20 bucks, 2x pot. Kind of odd. But Mr. Johnny raises it up to 60. So now when he goes 2x pot, even needs 20 bucks, so it's a small bet, but it is still 2x pot. I just know one of them has a 9. I could raise with a good draw, but I basically have no fold equity and don't want to get jammed on by either of these guys. So just decide to call in position. And Dino makes a call as well with top pair. So go into a turn with 190 in the middle. The turn is the king of hearts, so full rainbow board. And now it checks to me. And I think with this king, I could use this as a potential scare card, figuring that both my opponents have a 9. So I decide to bet here. I make it 125 to go, and Mr. Johnny calls, and Dino gets out of the way.
Oh, yeah. Any 4, any 8. And there's a 7.
River 7, so I pick up a pair, which I know is no good against a 9. So with 565 behind, the graphics are actually wrong. Mr. Johnny has about 900 behind. So I just decided to 2x rip it here for 900 bucks. And Mr. Johnny trapped me with 2 pairs, so didn't think about it for too long before putting the chips in the middle. I show my turned 1 pair, missed double gutter, and we get scooped in this 2K plus pot. The graphics are wrong, but you can see his chips. He had a little bit over 9K, so all my chips going to Mr. Johnny. Went for this pretty sick 2x pot river bet, and didn't work. But I still like the play. Just didn't work this time.
That's where he got all them chips from. I told you he had a whole bunch of chips over there in front of him when I walked past him, but I just didn't know where the hell they came from.
What a hand.
Nice hand for my horse there. That should get him all the way back in the green, Cadillac. When I'm at the house, man, I don't know what.
All right, tough scene last hand. Lost my whole stack, but good news is match the stack. So we reload. I've got 1.6K in my stack for this Bomp Pot. And we get a pretty good flop. The king high diamond draw and an overpair on both boards. Plus I'm blocking the straight and straight flush on the top board. So checks to Miami. He bets 120.
Anybody got a straight? 9-10 jack.
Pick up a few callers here.
JTsc got a queen as well. Oh shit, Cadillac, this could get interesting.
And I decide to call as well. Maybe I shouldn't do this without a draw to the nuts on either board, but I wanted to see what happens, and I was tilted. So
both boards, and he got a flush draw down there too, where them trip queens is. Well, that's no good though, cause oh, there's a 9.
Turn is a 5 on the top, so I turn a set. Now I'm figuring I'm probably up against a straight on top, and somebody probably has a queen on the bottom is what I was thinking in game. So I start with a check. Miami shoves for like 500 bucks. JTsc makes the call, and again here I probably could just fold, but I decide not to. I have diamond draw and a set. Nothing really on the bottom, which probably should lean more towards a fold, but I got sticky. So I make the call for 435, and the river is perfect on both boards. We river the nut flush on top with the ace of diamonds and the 5 on the bottom for a boat. So now we're ahead of hands like pocket 2s and a dry queen, and obviously have the nuts on top. So I decide to just pot it here, and JTsc snaps me off. And look at his face when I show him my cards. As you guys can tell, he was super happy for me to scoop. So I appreciate JTsc being happy for me.
The nut
So I'm going to beat pocket deuces and a dry queen. So nice hand to me. Scoop this 2.9k pot, and JTsc can't believe his eyes. This was a pretty funny reaction.
Never count Jarhead out. Like I said, the bomb pot's coming up. Of course, I had no idea what was going to happen, but these bomb pots are
He
crazy.
did. He scooped everything.
I have 7-8 on this board.
A 3K bomb pot, and it's all going to Jarhead. Because he has the button on this.
All right, coming off that double river bomb pot, got some momentum going into this last hand of the night. Get a bunch of limpers in classic Texas form and look down at pocket tens. So punish the limpers, 40 to go. And also in classic Texas fashion, get no respect, and everybody calls.
JTsc go all in here with his threes, getting this much value. That's exactly what he does.
Would have been kind of nice here if JTsc would have just went all in with the threes, because then it would have reopened the action and I could have just re-raised and cleaned up some of my equity. But oh well, we're going 7 ways to this flop with $245 in the middle before we even see the first 3 cards. Pretty good flop for me. Flop an overpair, backdoor straight drop. As you guys can see, actually wasn't a great flop for me because JTsc flops a set, but can still win a decent sized side pot. So I'm going to start out with about half pot, 125. Then next to act, Amin calls still with 6 people behind him. So typically that should be pretty strong. Like I'm thinking ace 8 or maybe even 2 pair that's slow playing, although I wouldn't expect him to slow play this multi-way on a dynamic board. So, and then Mr. Johnny decides to call too. JTsc calls, which I'm not really reading too much into because he has nothing left. But little bit cautious at this point, even with an overpair. But 655 in the middle. I have an overpair. Let's see a turn.
Let's see what this turn card brings.
Turn is the Queen of Hearts, which is basically a brick, even though it's an overcard to my pair. It shouldn't really connect with this board, so now I'm kind of just hoping that a heart draw takes a stab, and I'm planning to check raise to get value from hearts, but it checks around. And the river is a 5, which I'm a little bit concerned about because it brings in some 2 pairs. I wouldn't really expect any straights going on going off the flop action, but I decided to put out a little value bet of 280, a little bit smaller than half bet, just trying to get looked up by an 8, just or a non-believing pair, even like a 6, just thinking that I have ace king trying to steal it. Although this is just really never going to be a bluff into this many people for this size, so don't really like this sizing. Probably should just check. But thought I could get called by worse, but I get punished immediately, where Amin next to act raises it up to 780. And I'm sick to my stomach. And now I'm basically just trying to find any of the bluffs. Obviously hearts miss. I don't have a heart, so that's good for me. I don't really know if he's going to do this with 2 pair like 6-5. I thought maybe a 7-8 blocking the straight, blocking sets could do this, but I'm probably just giving him too much credit. That was my thought process in game, but at this point I kind of just couldn't believe it. I was mad at myself for how I played the hand.
Is Jarhead married to these 10s?
He's giving it some thought for sure. He don't know. I mean, whether he lay it down, he can lay it down to still see it because JTsc is in the main, so he going to see what Amin has anyway. But does he want to? Do we want to believe him? That's the question.
Jarhead trying to get some kind of read off of a mean, but a mean remaining very calm here.
He raised on the turn.
Oh,
he pays him off.
And
$200 pot.
I ended up sticking in the call, getting the bad news. He turned hearts and river to gutter. So that sucks. Bad last hand, but overall, pretty good stream. As you guys can see, it was kind of a passive game, so I was pretty much just trying to run over the table. The end of the stats, 57% VPIP, all the way up at the top, so that's pretty sick. Normally it's not that high, but that's pretty sick to be at the top. At the top of pre-flop raise. At the top of aggression frequency.
They definitely got some bluffs through, man. It's been a great stream through.
And I don't know how Miami is at over 100% went to showdown, but I was basically at the top there and close to the bottom for the winning. So minus 673 on the stream, minus 1900 in Oregon. So not a great start to this channel, but it's only up from here.
All right, that is it for vlog number 1. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys stick around for the next one. The production will continue to just get even better as I kind of figure some things out. I promise I may actually win some hands in the future too. So shout out to the legend Bruce Buffer for the sick intro. And that's it for this one. See you guys next time.